Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy Man in the Wild. Just kind of in my thoughts here, thinking about the just authority in general. Just authority in general because like just when you look around at the I don't know the reality that we have, right? It's certain groups of people, who are automatically put in authority over you in life. And the question gets asked like, who gave them that? And by they, I mean like, just the state and the police, the courts, and all of that. Who or what gave it to them. And you got to think about, just authority in and of itself. Because authority in and of itself is almost like an ownership situation, right? Owning moments and all of that. Because like, like a boss, the owner of a company or some shit. They technically own your time while you're there and what you got to do when you're there. Otherwise, you don't get paid or you don't get to, come back. That's what that shit boils down to. So now, when you bring it to, the police level, the state level, and all of that, like, how did you sign up for this? You or when you signed up for it, did you not know that this is what you was, giving your life to? With your, social security, driver's licenses, and birth certificates, and registering this and all this type of shit. You just slowly but surely, are just giving these people jurisdiction over your whole life to do anything that they please. Because, I mean, when it comes to you allowing whoever to control your life, like that shit kind of started when you was a child, because your parents technically own you. They created you, right? Anybody who they say, can say to you, do what they tell you type shit, they're an authority over you. But as you grow and grow, like you ain't no fucking child no more. Right? You're grown. You don't need people to be over you, telling you what to do, where to go, and all this other type of dumb shit when it has nothing to do with anybody or anything. When it comes to victims and all that type of shit, yeah, there needs to be some type of a structure set up, but only when it comes to actual, you know, people being injured some kind of way, whether it be physical, financial, and all that type of shit. But when it comes down to the police being able to pull you over because of a brake light and end up keeping you jammed up for an hour because they want to search your shit, that's some complete bullshit. What they're saying effectively is that you are not, the owner of your time and your property and all of that. They are. The state is. Your state property. And when you continue to give them the authority to do such and such a thing, on that consistent level type shit, know, it's firmly rooted that that's what it's going to be, and that's who you are. Don't be those people. Understand what the law really is, man. Understand what the shit really says. Understand that the words are magic spells, especially in the damn court game. They're just there to make you like spin in circles and think the shit is confusing and think that all that type of shit. Like, man, it's too easy to understand for comfort once you actually look at the shit. Understand their procedures and their patterns and shit. once you take a deeper look into that shit, it's like, I mean, really what they do, is a form of slavery. And that's kind of why, that whole slavery narrative that they've given us, as far as that, getting whipped and ball and chain, all that type of shit. Like, okay, look at what the fuck is going on today, as far as how people get treated and all that type of shit by the police and however that goes. Because, I mean, the police ain't nothing but a runaway slave extension, runaway slave patrol extension. And it's the same shit you see going on. What the fuck make you think that it's any different than what it was type shit? Because you had these fake ass puppets coming on with this civil rights movement shit. But you gotta know it's some bullshit. So since they're pumping that within that time frame, right? And then all the other shit before that, they trying to make you, believe this and believe that. It's like, man, miss me with that dumb shit, man. I know what the fuck I'm looking at today. I know what picture y'all trying to paint, because I see that, because the trickle down effect is real, and the people who actually live in this bullshit and believe in this bullshit, really carry the dumb shit on. Because, I mean, shit, it's people gung-ho in the damn court system and the police and all of that about what they do and believe it's 100% right. They're just doing their part. And that's the scariest shit about the whole thing to me, is the ones who really think that they're doing something right. I'd rather have a motherfucker that know he's on some bullshit and that's just who they are. I respect you for that. But it's the ones that try and hide, try and act like that, that they don't do it, or the ones that are just glitter-eyed, and it's like, because they go hard as fuck into it. They go hard. Yeah, man, I don't know. This damn authority shit, though, man. It's like you're a person, who has the right to exist without interference, unwanted interference, you know, especially if it's on some bullshit, you know. If it's on some legitimate shit, then I mean, you can't help but to just humble yourself to the moment, you know, realize the error and however shit goes whenever you fuck up, move on as a man or a woman in the way that's necessary. But whenever you got all of this dumb shit that surrounds this authority label, it's like you can't help but to just pause and really think about that shit. You know, like no matter where you are, who you are, color of your skin, and all that other type of shit, man. If you ain't of the elite, it's like, I mean, shit. You subject to things just like everybody else. And of the elite meaning you can be connected to motherfuckers that's up there and that makes shit work for you. That happens. But if you don't have that connection, man, it's like, man, you fair game. And that shit's 100%. That's not how, authority should work. Because there's different laws for different groups and different people and all. So it's like, you got to know some bullshit within that. Especially when you look at all these laws and it's a state versus. When, as I said before, the state, don't technically exist. So an entity that doesn't technically exist has authority over your life. That ain't some crazy shit right there, but that's what's real. You can't like debate none of that. So yeah, it is what it is, man. I don't know. I just had this picture up there because I mean that shit is hilarious to me. Because it's like who said I can't sit here and why? Is this whose building is this? Because these are questions I want to know before you tell me I can't sit here, before I can't do this or do that. It's just what I want to know, and it's my right to know. Especially if you coming up interrupting me, telling me what I can't do. Right? So now, if you're telling me what I can't do, and all the foundation and everything that's built upon it is some bullshit, at that point, you should be left alone. But that's not how it stands. Motherfuckers got weapons and backup that can be used on you, right? But, in the end, sticking to what's right and what's good, shit, the victory is in and of itself whenever you stick to your guns. No matter how it ends up, just on the count of, like, shit, when you gotta sell the fuck out, man. When you gotta sell out. Because that's basically what you do once you know how fucked up the system is. Once you know how fucked up people get, they put up in fucked up ass situations and all of that. And you stay there and don't say shit and just rock with it. Don't rock no boats and ruffle no feathers and none of that shit. Just go right along. Like, yo, what does that say for that person, man? Like, at least are y'all mad about y'all job whenever y'all gotta do the shit? Are you one of the motherfuckers that get a rush out of this shit? Getting to tell motherfuckers what to do and all of that type. Because being in an authoritative role, sometimes it can get to your head. Getting to tell motherfuckers what to do, how to do it, when they could do all that. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, especially when the person's a dickhead, maybe you can, go a little extra sometimes. But when it comes to, dealing generally and dealing, it's built to have motherfuckers get power trips and it be okay. Because that's the aim of the authority situation, man, is to put fear in people, make sure that they, act accordingly. But just know, like I said, the orders is coming from something that technically don't fucking exist, being the state. So take that for what it is. So yeah, I don't know. Just know that it is true to question the shit. It's true. And defy it to ends of, that have sound knowledge and wisdom behind that shit. Not on no dumb shit. Because if you try to argue dumb shit with, it's not gonna work. You're gonna be spinning in circles. So, and it's never good to spin in circles when you question authority. So yeah, authority bullshit is confirmed though.